Yeah, hi there. These comments are for 6384, and this is Michael. I am the owner, the founder, and the materials writer of the online course called the 7-Step System to Pass the TOEFL IBT. I'm also your English 102B instructor over here at California State University, San Bernardino. And what I want to do right now is I'm going to go over your essay, and I'm going to go ahead and number the paragraphs right now. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you can read the essay with me too if you want. So there's approximately 11 paragraphs. So let's talk about it. So from an organizational standpoint, I think before you get to the first article, what kind of living do businesses owe their employees, I'd recommend that you create an introduction that sets up the 3 main parts of your essay. Then you can refer to them as part 1, 2, maybe part 3. Now, and instead of including the title as being separate from your summary, you can just put the title and the author right in the first line of your summary paragraph. So that would be a suggestion I would make with your first paragraph. Now, in paragraph 2, you have your argument here, but you need to provide a source. You need a specific academic source to help back up what you're trying to say here. So that's very important. Now, the letter to the editor response, I think in order to get it published, when you're done with your letter, you need to include your name and also the city that you're from. I think that's also important. In the reflection response, you're going in the right direction, but you're not providing really any specific examples to support your ideas. For example, in paragraph 4, where it talks about race, gender, politics, and class, how the 2 discourse communities are similar, you say the difference is the online is more convenient than the academic community, but how is that? And can you provide some examples to help support that? So I don't think that you have a good, deep understanding of what we're trying to do with the third part of the writing assignment. So again, you need more examples to help support what you're trying to say. I'll give you another example. You say in paragraph 5, you say, I think the language of the academic community is more formal than the online community. You said needs special vocabulary. So at that point, that's where you say, for example. Then you can go into our textbook and refer to an article by title and by author, and then you can show maybe 2 or 3 or 4 vocabulary words in there that you think are more formal. And then you can say something like, on the other hand, then you can provide an example from some vocabulary online at the Sun newspaper and show how that vocabulary is less formal than what you saw in your textbook. So you do need to refer to some articles and take some examples from those passages to help you answer that third part of the assignment. Paragraph 8, you talk about it looks like Mitch Kupchak eager for Lakers season. You discuss the Lakers in the 1 paragraph, so it looks like you have a summary. Let's say the article talks about this. Now you want to be careful here is when you're summarizing someone else's ideas, you're not trying to do it from what's called a reactionary tone or an opinionated tone, but you want to maintain more of a factual tone. So you should look at the different paragraphs where you have summarized someone else's ideas and make sure you're doing it more factually. Now, why am I saying that? Because in paragraph 8, you say, I am so excited for him. Another big guy is Gasol, who helps the Lakers in the champions. He can play. It sounds like you're saying this. It doesn't sound like it's coming from the point of view of the author of the article. So you want to make sure you factually explain the information from the point of view of the writer. So you're going to say something like, Medina states. He also says that. Another point he makes is, if you use those kinds of signal phrases in various parts of your summary paragraph, then it sounds more like you're explaining someone else's ideas, and then you're not reacting to what the writer is saying there. In paragraph 9, you still need an academic source there to help back up the idea that you're trying to say. So I would make that same suggestion in paragraph 11 also, underneath the article, Recalling the Legacy of the 2003 Recall by Jill Matthews. So that's what I would say there. So overall, and you're missing your works cited section. So now I want to give you a grade. So I think your paper needs to be restructured just a little bit, right? So you might want to write these things down. And I'm going to give you a grade based on some rubrics here. I'm going to put you at, right now, at about 60. 60 out of 100, which is no pass. And in your revision or restructuring of this, there's a few things you want to consider right now. Number one, make sure you have an introductory paragraph that precedes the actual essay. Number two, make sure that you're summarizing the writer's ideas from his or her point of view and not yours. That means you have to appropriately, at various junctures of the essay, refer to the writer, refer to the article. He says, the article says, the article states, another point made is. You have to do that. You need 3 different academic sources to back up the arguments in paragraphs 2, 9, and also 11. That's something that you have to consider as you restructure your essay. And like I said in the video, you need to provide more specific examples in your reflection response to help you illustrate what you think the differences are in these 2 discourse communities. So if you make some of those changes, I think you can definitely make the paper a little bit better than it is now. All right, thank you.